Well, new day, new tow truck. No, new day, same tow truck. Oh. What a treat. Tell you one thing for free. When you go to the dump and you got to come back and get your trailer, it's a good day at the dump. Back to the dump. Wow, I mean, when you find 4 matching tractor rims with rubber on it, wow, it's gotta happen. Look at what people throw out. Egg tires on 8-bolt wheels. 4 of them. These are a little smaller, but it don't matter. And this tire, well, it's got a bunch of gashes in it, but look at the tread on it. We'll slap a tube in that bad boy. Mint. All right, now back to this sweetheart. So my buddy Phil come over and gave me a hand. And yeah, I'm just using a clip because I didn't have a clip of the truck. So this is me talking, and I look like Chinese, like a Chinese movie. Anyways, Phil come over and give me a hand, and we got her. He gave me a pull around the yard, and this was the first attempt at seeing how it ran, other than firing it up there that one day when the starter died. Enjoy. All right, so I filled the bowl, and I have a little jerry can under the hood still hooked up. Dumped the clutch. Well, you know, she fired it up pretty good. And then I quit, and I fired it up again. And once she was pumping her own fuel, she was happy then. All right, it's like to get her and have a look at her. Well, you gotta love that. What a sweetheart. Well, I mean, now it's gotta go for a rip, right? You gotta take it for a rip. I think it's like the first drive it's been on in like 20 years. Alright, well, it goes forward and stops. Does it go backward? Deck that's got to come out of her yet, but I got to hook up the fuse box now so I can get all gauges and shit working. The accessory power's not on, it's just hot and cold. You hear from the back? Yeah, she is, man. I really like it. It does have a bearing in the tranny that's not good. But for around the yard, I'm gonna fill it full of fucking Lucas. I'll drain it and refill it. You give her some Lucas and that'll help it, hopefully. Well, that's mint. I just topped up the red in her. She's not going down any coolant. Still 64. It's a diesel. Yeah, so yeah, I topped everything up. She's got a bad exhaust leak, but we're just gonna ignore that for now. But the winch works, everything works. I'm happy about that. Very happy about that. We'll pick up Phil. Alrighty, well, she runs pretty good actually. This oil, I just jump started it on the hill by the house there. And yeah, I knocked this down. I'm gonna maybe move a couple trucks around with her. I definitely will tomorrow, maybe not tonight, but we'll see. But yeah. Oh, she's pretty fucking sweet. Everything works, winch works great, transmission works great. I think the PTO is growling. I don't think it's the transmission. I thought it was transmission, my buddy thought it was PTO, and I think he's right. So I think she's gonna be a good little unit. It runs like a top, and it literally rolled like 3 feet with the clutch out and it fired right up. Never missed a beat. Yeah. But I think I'm gonna try to get that off with gas and bring the door back to normal. But we'll see, I guess. Because that's brown too, I think. So it's close to that. But I can just wipe it all down and make it back to original, and then maybe paint just that little grill piece. Fucking A. But what a yard truck, I love it. Yeah, time to go moving some shit around the yard, I think. My brain just couldn't decide on what to do. And that happens a lot. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed. Bubbles. Yeah. Alright, well she's leaking, so I left this loose. You see it hemorrhaging water down there, and I'll just keep topping it up. It's still staying in the red, so this would be a good way to flush the engine. It does work good though. right, gonna smoke some pork jerky. I mean, it's supposed to get to 35 degrees today or something, 33, so don't want to be overheating it. But what a sweetheart. She works great. I really like it. All right, let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, beauty. We'll just let that buck all afternoon. Fuck yeah. All right, and if you don't got a starter, don't let that stop you from using your tow truck around the yard. Put it neutral, park it on a hill, and just let her roll ahead and fire up. It'll do the thing you need it to. I gotta go help Steve do a motor swap, so he got the box in the back of the truck, so I gotta go pull the truck out of there for him, and then he'll use his tow truck to take the motor out, and then we'll be able to sit her back in. There, the A-frame backing up to the truck. Steve's backing up with his gem poles, and he's gonna lift the new motor out of the box so he can put her in. Make sure you check out the Rust Farm on YouTube if you want to see the motor, the video of him putting that motor in that truck and getting it running. As long as I park it on a hill. Yeah. I'm gonna go park it at its starting spot. Smoker working. Oh yeah, look at that jerky. Very nice. Well, I come to help Steve, and it's getting a little warm, so luckily I'm in my yard. I had the tap turned on, so we're just gonna start filling it. Let's fill the water, because I know it's leaking. But we're just gonna fix the water pump, and oh, there it is. It's full now. But see that brown? I'm cleaning the rad right now. That's washing it out. Well, he doesn't need my tow truck, so I'm just gonna go for a rip, and then and then I'll go park it. Let's open her up a little bit. It works real good though. It does work real good. Oh, we gotta go pick up that tire. Fuck yeah. Going to pick up the tire we lost. But the old tow truck, it works mint. Alrighty, so another day, another 1-ton tow truck. Oh, he's going on the hunt. Oh boy, you go earn your dog food. Look at that field, what a night. What a nice evening. Alright, so I resealed this about 10 times now with that bypass tube. And what it is the little pipe coming out of the intake is cracked. So you have to bite your tongue the right way and just snug that hose just so right with it dripping until it stops dripping. And then it'll be fine until probably the engine warms up and it'll start leaking again. But she's full right to the top. So now we're gonna fire it up. I'm gonna leave that cap loose. Don't need to build any pressure right now. We're only idling around. And so I'm gonna fire it up, let it warm up, and we're gonna, hopefully it's not gonna leak anymore, because that's gonna be a real nightmare if I gotta buy that tube. But if it don't leak anymore, I'm gonna let it warm up, turn it around, park it the opposite way on the hill here. Yeah, because, oh no, it's a front sump, never mind. I'm gonna fire it up, warm it up, and let it run for a bit, nose it down here, and once it's warmed up, put it right back here again. And I got a drain pan and some oil. I don't have a filter yet, so I'm just gonna rock the same filter. I won't even take it off. I'll just drain it, fill it, run it for a couple days, as long as the gauge is showing it's still making oil pressure. And then after a couple days of use, I'm gonna drain it again, and I'll put a new filter in it then, because I'll have one by then. But for now, the hell with it. I'm getting good at pushing this tow truck. Let it warm up a little bit. How about that? So far, no leak. What a view. That's burn, look at it. I'll leave the water. Fuck yeah. Well, I mean, right on top of that axle is probably a good spot for the drain plug to be, right? But whatever. I guess I'm undercoating that front axle. Sure. Well, we'll get a bunch of this drained out of here anyway. It sucks that I don't have a filter to fit this, but I indeed do not have a filter to fit it, so we're not even going to fiddle with that one. We'll just drain the oil, fill her up with oil, fresh oil, use her for the day, and then I'll get a filter later this week and we'll swap it out. We'll just let her run with this. Like, it's making oil pressure, so I'm not overly worried about it. Plus, most of these filters, thanks to Uncle Tony, most of them got a bypass if you need it, so whatever. We'll just burn some new oil through her and it'll be better than nothing. She's not hemorrhaging gas. There's a lot of dogs here, Waylon. You know that, right? If they come looking for you, I can't save you, buddy. Buddy of mine's over working on his truck, Steve. They're from the Rust Farm. He's got a couple dogs here. They're usually all pretty good with Waylon, though. They know he lives here, so. All right, try this again. So the other day I was denied with this thing. The hook broke, and I shut it down because I thought it was overheating, which I wasn't. So, I mean, if you're gonna test a tow truck, try it on the biggest truck in the yard. And while that's 700, although the Wrecker might be a little heavier, on paper that's the biggest truck in the yard. So we're gonna move that with a little 1 ton. I mean, eventually this will be the heaviest truck in the yard, but it doesn't have a motor in it right now. So it's not the heaviest right now, because that 700's got a big block, so I think it's time to move that, I think. Okay, now she's got some key. Now we'll just fire it up in gear. We'll just idle her over to the other side. That fan gets rowdy with the shroud when she takes a lot of weight on.
That truck's got a tire locked up? Oh, it's in gear. That'll do it.
Steve is good enough to come give me a hand. He's just gonna pull it out of gear. I'll rock the truck a little bit to pull it out of gear because there ain't no clutch hooked up in it or nothing, and it's pretty tight bound up in gears. We'll free her up.
Get a gear? Yeah. yard.
Oh yeah, well there's the biggest truck in the yard moved over. I want to mow all this. Hell yeah. Perfect. Out of fuel. Oh, I ran out of fuel. All right, so last night everything was going great. All right. So last night everything was going just great. Moved the 700, no problem. Come to move the Porsche. Picked it up, no problem, obviously. But it ran out of fuel. Now the problem with that is it had a full 5-liter jerry can when I fired it up to move that 700. And I know there's no return line, so it's drinking all of that fuel, and it's on a mechanical pump, it's not flooding. She's just thirsty, okay? The old 390's thirsty. So now I gotta do what I've been dreading doing, because I can't have the truck stalling, at least until I got a flywheel on it, so that I can start it with the key. So what we're gonna do now is I brought over my little trusty click-clack pump. Oh, lost that screwdriver forever. So I brought my little trusty click-clack pump, and I went to good old Harbor Freight of the North, Princess Auto, which is better than Harbor Freight from what I hear. And I'm gonna put a filter in line. I got a bunch of new filters. I buy them by the case. And I'm gonna hook this to the line underneath the cab, coming from the tank behind the seat. And I'm gonna loop it with a filter right back into the tank. And then I can have a look, see what the fuel looks like. And if it looks like crap, well, I'll just let that pump run for a while until it fills the filter, and then I'll swap the filter out and I'll run her again. And we'll just keep recycling that fuel into the tank until, until we decide we gotta pull the tank and clean it. Probably is gonna happen. Or, well, you know, it's not clogging the filter right away. So then we can wait, and then when I really need it, the truck will plug off on fuel and it'll die, and I won't have a starter, and we'll be doing this again. But the good intentions of having a full tank of fuel will be there, so let's get into it. Should be flowing the right way. If it's having trouble picking up its prime, it's gonna blow in the tank.
Pickup plug, maybe?
Well, no, because I actually hooked it up the wrong way first, so you hear blowing bubbles.
Oh. Yeah.
There it is.
There you go.
Ha,
Oh
thanks.
yeah, that's all she needed.
Fuck yeah. Fuck, it don't even look bad.
No, fuck, hook
Look
her
at
up to the carb. Send her.
Oh, look at that fuel. It is. And it is brand new fuel.
Yeah.
So it was empty.
Nice.
Well, fuck yeah, right to the curb she goes.
Yeah.
Alright, so now I can get rid of this temporary one from the jerry can. Tow truck starting a tow truck. Teamwork. There we go. Good. Well, holy, this can's a little... It's got a little warm today. Should be at least 30 liters in it now, though. And if it was pulling fuel by me blowing on it, she'll pull fuel. adjust that high idle for the choke, but I couldn't decide what I wanted to move next, but I think I'm going to push the LeBaron back in beside that tractor for right, or no, I think I'm going to take the LeBaron out back actually. The old tow truck. Let's look at the old school bags in her even. And it was a pretty good truck, just the frame was crispy. So when you'd be driving her, she'd be twisting all over the place. Forgot to get good front tires on it. No, I just couldn't remember if I left a pump in here. I should do a cold start on this right away. Ranger, I can't even pick up the Ranger. I can, but the Ranger can drive on its own, so I can't do that. Wouldn't be fair to the Ranger. Because, yeah, this weekend I got to, like, this will fire up. The Dodge will fire up. So now, this weekend, I can fire up the Massey and the Rad King, move this, mow all of this, all of it, because I got to get everything knocked down before the winter. And then I'm going to wait till the boys get their crop off. And then I'm going to pull everything in this line up back, mow all that down. But I got to go through this. I got a bunch of old grader blades in here. 6.9 IDI just sitting here. I actually got to haul this up to the shop. And, oh, that's not a bad idea. You got to throw the tow gear up on the truck and extend that boom out. Pick this up with that boom this weekend. Because then I can move all these out, knock all of this down. And then I'm going to move that Apache out of there. That Fargo with the camper out of there. John's Bronco. The Ranger. Is that a Charlie over there? Or is it a coyote? What was you? I thought I heard you scrummaging through there. I don't know if it was you or a coyote. Well, they did start cutting it. Nice. Okay. Well, that's good. Maybe by this weekend, they'll have her off. I know it looks like there's a lot to do, but they'll get in here, boy, and work all night. And they'll get a bunch of combines in here at once, and they'll just hammer that out, and it'll be nothing. I'm thinking of making a fast two-wheel drive with the 472 from the Cadillac with this thing. What do you guys think of that? So then I'll have that big jacked up diesel 4x4. And then a two-wheel drive fast one. I'm thinking. Because I mean, this one's not in the greatest shape, but it can be saved. Especially if it's just going to be a burnout slash, drag truck or something. It's just a little two-wheel drive half ton. Get that guy stuffed back in out of the way. Okay, well, I think that'd be good for tonight, I think. You done being out here, Charlie? You want to go inside with Waylon or what? Well, you can stay outside. Just watch out. There's other dogs here, Waylon. Looks like that's going to do it for this episode. I'll make a part 3 of it, probably. I mean, this truck's going to get a lot of use around the yard, so you're going to get to see it lots. Well, fucking hey, guys. Thanks a lot, and we'll catch you in the next video. Please share and subscribe. Appreciate it, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.